Salute, salute, salute. Facebook, what's up? It's your boy Jay Richards. Talk. Yeah, it's a lot I want to talk about. Tonight episode, as I stated, is episode 32. And we're pretty much going to talk about violence, the internet, and our children. A lot of my topics. Monique, salute. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, before I continue, at the bottom of your screen, for those who tuning in, it's a share button at the bottom. Just click that share button so we can share this episode to all your Facebook friends. Get more people in tune with J Spot and the topics that, we're going to be discussing, and, more future topics as well. So just do me that favor. Click the share button. Click the thumbs up button. Click the heart button. Anything that I'm speaking of, if it's catching your attention or, it's speaking to you, just click that heart button or the thumbs up button. But more importantly, I would appreciate it if you guys could click the share button so, we could share these topics to other people out there, to others as well. But, we pretty much going to talk about violence, the internet, and our children. For those who don't know or who haven't been following with J Spot in the past, I put my J Spot together basically for fathers fighting for their kids, and anything pertaining to children, as well, because you have a lot of situations that's going on out there, and it's revolving around children, and there's so many people out there. Nobody trying to do anything. Nobody trying to help. Everyone just looking. That's all they doing is just looking. They're like, oh, that ain't my kid, so I could care less. Oh, that's not my child, I don't care. In all reality, that's a messed up way to look at it or to go about it. So for this topic, the reason I came up with this topic is because I wanted to pay, my respects to a young man who was murdered in Bronx, New York. His name was Junior Guzman. I can't really remember I can't remember the first name. I know it's Junior Guzman. He was murdered in the Bronx. I believe, early this month, he was murdered in the Bronx. And the story hurt from jump when I started watching it and following up on it. Just 15 years old, and it took about 4 or 5 guys to beat up on a 15-year-old. Now, not only did they beat up on him, but stabbed him. One of the guys had a machete. It was just senseless. It was pointless. And the shit really, excuse my language, but the shit really, really bothered me, because I myself have a son. He's 13. So, that whole situation was traumatizing, because it's y'all really had to take it that far. And all of the blame, is put on the guys, of course. All the blame is put on the guys. But all of this stemmed from a young female who no one even knows, or I don't even know if anyone even heard from her ever since the situation occurred. But it all started over a female, and she was having sexual intercourse with some guys, and one of the guys so happened to tape it, to record it, or whatever. I guess the female felt violated, felt, hurt, felt whatever was going through her head. and the video got out there. It made it to the internet. Her age, I'm not too sure how old the girl is, but B2B, what's up? Salute. Thank you for tuning in. Salute. I don't know the age of the female, but I'm guessing she was probably young as well, like maybe 15, maybe 16. I don't know. I never followed up with her age, but the video got out there or whatever. It got surfaced onto the internet. I'm guessing it probably made it to Facebook. It probably made it to Instagram. Well, it did make it to Instagram because I saw little footage of it. But the part that still bugs me to this day is, for those who did see the footage, you could see the girl in the video. She's covering her face, yes, but then at a point in time, she pulls, I believe it was a pillow she had over her face. She pulls the pillow down and she's like smirking with a smile. So if you felt these guys raped you, because at a point in time, I believe people were starting to saying that she was saying that she was raped or something of that nature. Now, if you felt you were being raped, why are you not putting up a fight? Why are you not, like screaming, yelling? Like, why are you even carrying on with whatever? I mean, yes, it was two guys or whatever, but I'm quite sure she could have probably, yell or scream or do something of that nature, just to get people's attention, and to get people's attention, whether they was in a hotel, whether they was in someone's apartment or their house or the basement, something. Okay, she I'm guessing, because one of the boys that was arrested, I came to find out was her brother, I'm guessing. So I guess she probably took the story to her brother in a different format. Now, she probably told her brother, yeah, she was raped, whatever, this, that, and the third. Now, a brother being a brother, that's his little sister. He's probably heated. He's over the top. He probably want to put some pain in or hurt someone. All of that is fine and dandy. That's your baby sister. But did y'all have to take it that far? And then y'all took it that far, and come to find out it was all mistaken identity. Y'all went into the store. Y'all confronted Junior. Y'all started beating on him. Y'all started arguing with him, beating on him. Then y'all get him out the store. Then y'all start stabbing him up. Then y'all start macheteing him up. And it's like, did it really have to go that far? Like, first off, I didn't see not one of the dudes approach Junior and ask the question like, yo, is this you in this video? Or do you know the dudes in this video? I didn't see any of that. All I saw was they approached him, started arguing. Next thing you know, drag him out the store. Then y'all stabbing him up on the corner. Like, it's ways to go about situations, and I totally get it. The brother was heated. He was furious. He was just probably like, yo, I just want to hurt somebody. Like, that's my little sister, whatever. But I still believe in my heart it's a way you go about handling certain situations. Then y'all do it. Y'all faces is clear as day. Y'all touching the door going into the store with y'all bare hands. Like, y'all really thought y'all were gonna get away for that long? Like, y'all really thought y'all stood a chance of making it to another country? Well, I believe one of them, I came to understand, made it to his country. Salute, Brown, salute. Thank you. Yeah, I can't understand. One of the boys made it to their country, but then got caught and then got brought back to the States to to America. it's a touchy topic because, like I said, it could have been handled a different way. They didn't have to do what they did to that boy. And then 15 years old at that, y'all what, 19? Y'all ranging from 19 up until I believe 26 years of age. So y'all had to take it that far with a 15-year-old. That's the part that's still bugging me out. That y'all took it that far with the 15-year-old. Like, y'all, none of y'all could have slapped him. None of y'all could have punched him in his face. Like, y'all really had to stab that boy up. And at that, y'all stabbed up the wrong person. It's cool. It's cool, Brown. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, y'all not saying, if they would have found the right boy or the right, people, not saying it would have also been right to stab them up as well. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying, like, y'all went about it the wrong way. The wrong way. And now a mother has to pay. Now, if you think about it, both sides lost. Because Junior's mother, she lost a son, a 15-year-old son. Now, these boys who committed the crime, their parents lost children as well. Because now they're about to go to jail. Now they're about to sit up, probably spend the rest of their life in jail. All over some senseless doings. Now, I know as parents, you probably can't monitor your kids' activities. Not every day. Some days you might get lucky. You might come across your child's cell phone. You might look through it, read some messages. But where social media is concerned, like, some of them probably got like passcodes on their social media. So if you're not the owner for the phone, you ain't getting into their Facebook, their Snapchat, their Instagram. But then you have some people who have it just linked where it's open. So all you gotta do is just go to click the icon and it brings you right to their account. But it's like I said, it's like both sides lost. My heart, like, still to this day goes out to Junior's mother and his family because she didn't have to see her son get tortured like that. She did not have to witness that. Like, not saying she witnessed it when it was going down, but she didn't have to see her son, from the footage from the tapes to seeing her son being killed like he was a piece of meat. It's senseless. It's senseless. And like I said, like, all the people in this situation, they all got caught. So it's like, I bet and I guarantee you now they're sitting in those cells and they're thinking to themselves like, yo, this wasn't worth it. We're young. We haven't even started life. Like, y'all, the individuals saw to their 18th, to their 19th. Some probably to their 17th. Junior only saw 15 years of living. That boy was still growing. He was still trying to find himself. And y'all cut his life short over a young female who possibly lied and said she was raped when she probably was, down for everything. A comment from B2B. From Brown. Yeah, they did go too far, and they did take it too far. And the only reason why they got caught as quick as they did is because of the cameras. If it was like in the era of the 90s when people were not recording every incident by camera, they would have gotten away a lot longer. That's true, Brown. That's true. That is very true. Now, we all know back in the 90s era when, cell phones and recording wasn't so popular, man, they'd have probably, those kids probably would have been in 3 different countries by now. But now with the technology that we have, like, we have cameras that can see blocks away. So it's like they didn't think about what they were doing. They just acted off of emotions. they didn't think at all. Like, all of the individuals that were caught, they didn't think at all, because had they put any thought into it, it would have got handled a different way. Like, I had someone ask me, you know, when talking about this situation, I had someone ask me, they was like, yo, Jay, how would you have handled that? Now, this is just me, and this is just the way how I would have handled it. I'm my own person. The next man is his own person. The next woman is her own person. But this is how I would have went about it. Now, as we all know, it was a mistaken identity. Correct. Now, if you see the boy, you know, going into the store, myself, I would approach the boy. I would have probably had the footage on my phone and approach the boy and be like, yo, come here, let me holler at you. You know, whatever gets discussed. I'd be like, is this you in this video? You know the other dude that's in this video? I would have went about it that way. And this is why I say people act off of emotion, because they just acted. They probably didn't even think about it. They probably just say, oh, this happened to my little sister. All right, I'm running out there. I'm doing whatever. Y'all acted off of emotions. Now, granted, back to me now. I would approach the boy and be like, is this you? Da-da-da. If he says it's not him, I'm going to look at him. You know, I'm going to look at him up and down. I'm going to just compare the footage on the phone and compare him in front of me. And then I'm like, all right, if this is not you, do you know the next young man in this video? Like, I'm going to try to get some type of, so I'm going to get something. I wouldn't have handled it the way those individuals handled it. No, I wouldn't have. But now had the boy say, yeah, I know the dude or whatever, I'm like, well, could you, call him? Could you, call, let me talk to him, let me holler at him. Now, it's a chance, we're talking about Junior. It's a chance Junior wouldn't have done that, because, I'm just saying, if this was, his friend that who's involved in this video, he probably wouldn't have did it, because he'd be like, oh, that's my friend, and I'm getting approached by these guys, and I don't know what they might do to my friend. So I don't expect him to really call his friend and be like, yo, could you come outside? I want to talk to you, or some people want to talk to you. I wouldn't expect that. But I know for a fact I wouldn't have went about it the way them guys went about it. I know that for sure. I wouldn't have. But, another comment from Brown. They all got caught, and you can tell they are not built for prison. Once they were caught in front of the judge, all heads are down. That's true. All heads are down. They are not as tough as they thought they are. When you run in packs and gangs, people feed off of each other negativity. Off each other negative energy, which is probably why it was as gruesome as it was. A lot of people were blaming the store owner. Oh, that's very true. I ain't even talk about the store owner. That's true. A lot of people were blaming the store owner, and they felt he could have did more, but that is an intense situation, and many of those gang members can come back and kill the store owner as well. That's very true, Brown. I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people were furious with the store owner, because on the tape, on the cameras, it shows Junior running back into the store, and from the angles they were showing, it looked like the owner was like, pushing Junior out, like, no, get out, don't come in here, go outside. That's from the different angles, but come to understanding, people were saying that in all actuality, he was helping Junior. Like, he was trying to get Junior behind the counter. He was trying to hide him. What else? I believe that's all I came across. Like, they said they were trying to hide him. But like you said, Brown, the store owner probably felt like, I don't want to get involved, because, what if these guys come back and they kill me, and I got a family and this, that, and the third. So I understand where everyone is coming from. It was a lot. It was a lot that took place. It put the store owner in a tough situation. It put Junior in a tough situation, because he was just going to the store. I believe he was going to the store to purchase something, a sandwich or something like that. I could be wrong, but I know I heard he went out to the store for a sandwich or something. But then it was another saying that someone called him out of his house. Someone called Junior out of his house. So if all of this is true, like the person that called him out, like where's this person at? Where's that person at? Where's the girl that all of this started over? It's like I said, both sides took a loss. Junior's mother took a major loss. She lost her son. He's not coming back. 15 years old. He didn't even begin to grow. And then the next individuals, they're all possibly going to be looking at life in jail. Comment from Monique. Well, this is a prime example of how social media is both a gift and a curse. That's true. On one end, it allowed the perps to be caught right away. Yet, on the other hand, it further depicts how this day and age in society, violence is condoned through social media by being bystanders rather than active witnesses. That is very true, Monique. That's very true. Like, it is a gift and a curse. Social media is a gift and a curse because, like what you just stated, it caught the individuals quick, but then you have, on the other hand, people just use it to just record stuff, to put it on World Star, or put it on YouTube, or put it on all these platforms where people can witness it and see it and, start laughing about it or joking about it. Or, people could be walking down the street like, yo, that's the guy that was on World Star who got knocked out, or that's the girl who's on World Star who got hit in the head with a paint can. It's like, it's just what you said, Monique. It's a gift and a curse, because the curse part is the bad part, because instead of people, trying to help out and help someone, they're just recording it. And they're going back to their block, and they're showing people on their block like, oh, look what I got. Look at the footage I just seen like an hour or two ago. But one thing I've noticed, I've noticed this for a while, believe it or not. People only do something when it's their family involved. If it's not their family involved, they could care less. And that's a messed up way of looking at it. Yes, that's a messed up way of looking at it. But why do we have to wait till it's a family member of ours to do something? Now, I understand, like, some people just not built for certain situations. I get that. I totally get that. You have some people that are built for the streets, and then you have some people that are built for the sidewalks. The street life is not for everyone. So if you can't be a street person, you need to jump on the sidewalk, because when street stuff start going down, some people are just not built for that kind of pressure. And it's true what they say, pressure busts pipes. Pressure busts pipes. So that's why they made the street, and that's why they made the sidewalks. Now, you have a lot of people out here who talk a good one. They talk this tough talk. They talk this gangster talk. But like I said, when situations present themselves, all that tough Tony talk, you don't see it anymore. You see that person either running or hiding. And then you see them come back out later talking about like, yeah, I was there. I held my ground and blah, 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 blah. That's all it is. And it's really sad, because I would have never thought in years, like, social media would have turned out the way it is. Now, it was a point in time in back in the days when, celebrities like actresses, photographers, rappers, actors, they were not getting known via social media. They had to go out there and grind and put that work in. Like, they had to go to different studio sessions. They had to take, different pictures and present them to agencies. And if the agencies liked their work, then they rocked with them. But now social media just made it a lot more easier that you don't have to do all that. You could just sit at home and be on your phone and, turn a corny song into $1 million, or take one picture capture one picture or a couple of footage, and you could sell it to someone, and then, you making money off of that. So I would have never saw this in years. Social media would have turned out the way it turned out. Because I remember growing up, for me, like, before internet and all that was popping, if you wanted to go check your friends, like, you jump on your bike, you ride to your friend's house, you ring his bell, or, this is before cell phones was popular as well, you call your friend and be like, oh, I'm coming to your house. I'll be there in 10 minutes or 20 minutes. But now, with social media, you can go on Snapchat, text the person, yo, where you at? All right, I'm coming. You could go on Instagram and inbox them, where you at? All right, I'm coming. Facebook the same way. So, social media really took a turn for the worse in some situations, and then social media, can help others in the same aspect. Another comment from Brown. The sad situation about this incident is, especially in NYC, many neighbors do not speak to each other, let alone say hello to each other. So very true. So very true. But it always seems like when somebody gets killed, the community comes together, like in the incident with Junior. There were so many people up there that police had to put barricades. That's true. A question for our community is, how come we can't come together as a community prior to people getting killed? Junior family was donated thousands of dollars. It would be nice for money to be funded to do good things in the community, not have money donated because of the death. That's very true. It's very true, Brown. It was thousands of dollars donated to Junior. To his family. I'm sorry, to his family. And I agree with you on that, Brown, because all these borough presidents that we have, all these congressmen that we have, like all these big people that hold high ranking, like, don't they see like what's going on? Like, they saying New NYC don't have money. I believe right there that's a lie. It's like, if we open up more, well, if they open up more, YMCAs, more community places for the kids, like, these kids won't have to turn to the streets, because they will have something to look forward to. Like, when they get out of school, once they do their homework, they be like, all right, I'm going to the community room, or all right, I'm going to the YMCA. But a lot of these kids are not going to school. That's one. A lot of these kids don't want to go to school. That's two. A lot of them are just turning to the streets because they don't have anything else to do. And this is why I get mad and I get frustrated with some of the fathers out here as well, because these individuals that were locked up for this crime, like, where are they fathers? Granted, some of them might be, grew up in single homes. Father not around. They might not know their father. They probably never met their father day in their lives. But the fathers of all of these individuals that were captured, how do these fathers feel? Like, you don't feel like you let your creation down? You don't feel that you let yourself down? Like, it's sad that there's so many single mothers out here raising these kids by themselves, and when these kids were being conceived, it wasn't just one mother doing it. It wasn't just one parent doing it. It was two people. But because, some parents can't get along, some men, they just bail. But when you bail, you bailing on your kids as well. Now, if you bail on the mother, that's you. You bail on the mother, but you have a part of you still living there in that house, or in that home, or in that wherever. You don't bail on your creation. I'm sorry. You just don't. Another comment had came in from Brown. That is true, because many people would never know any of each other without social media, even right now as we speak through B2B TV network. That's true, bro. That's very true. Comment from Monique. These marches and protests are nice, but we need more outreach programs that take place after school. Just like I was saying, that take place after school and on weekends during times where youth have idle minds and free time on their hands. I agree. It's sad. That's why I just said, like, all of these borough presidents that we have for Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Bronx, wherever, all these congressmen, people, like, all these people, like, can do something. They have the funding. They can't tell me they don't have the funding, because y'all making money off of raising these Metro card prices. Y'all making money off of like, oh God, my mind is running blank. They're making money. In other words, they're making money. So how y'all don't want to bring these programs to these neighborhoods? Like, if you know these neighborhoods have bad kids, and you know the crime rate is high and this, that, and the third, that should tell you something right there. Like, take all this money, instead of y'all going building up all these hotels and building up all these 1,001 Starbucks and 1,001 Dunkin' Donuts and all this stuff. Take some of that money and build a community room. Have something for these kids to do on their spare time as well as on their weekends. Because a lot of these kids don't have father figures. They don't have father figures. They don't have uncle figures. They don't have great grandfather figures. They don't have no male figures in their lives. So all they have is the streets. All they can turn to is the streets. And that's what they're doing. They're turning to the streets because, no father figures is in the picture. They have no one to talk to them. They have no one to sit them down, school them about life and all the right and wrongs. They have none of that. So, of course, terribly sorry, something is in my eye. So, of course, they're going to do, mischievous things. Like, they're going to just act out. But then it's sad, because when they act out and they get caught and they're doing, serious time, when they hit them numbers like 15 to life, 20 to life, 25 to life, or just life, that's when they want to think back and be like, yo, I should have never did that. Or I should have never got in the car that night. Or I should have never waited on the corner with him. Or like, all of it. That's when all of the what ifs come into play. And me personally, I feel for some men out there, if you're a father and you have kids and you're not in their lives and you're not trying to better them or do anything with them, then you failed as a parent. You shouldn't call yourself no father. You shouldn't call yourself a real one or a OG. You shouldn't call yourself any of that, because you failed as a father and you failed your children. So don't come to me with that tough guy talk. And it's sad, because a lot of the people, a lot of the fathers out here who have kids, it's like they don't care about their kids until when, their kids either get murdered or their kids doing jail time. That's when they want to act like they kid or act like they was involved. No, it's too late. It's too late. Another comment from Brown. Yes, great point, bro. Yes, many of these young men engage in these acts of crimes because of lack of fathers not spending time with their sons. Yes, the internet is replacing the parents in many households. Very true. Many parents do not follow up on what their children are getting involved in until it's too late. That's true, Brown. That's when it's too late. that is when it's too late. That's when they want to get involved, when it's too late. And it's crazy because you just made a good point right there. The internet is basically raising these kids. The internet, because they're looking at all of the Instagram, they're looking at all of the Snapchat, they're looking at all of the Facebook, excuse my language, fuckery, and they think it's cool. Now, if they had a father figure in the picture, when the weekends come and they got downtime, you know, the father come on, son, we're going to play baseball, or we're going to play football, or we're going to play basketball. Because I know me as a father, I have 2 kids, a son and a daughter. From my son, I think was about 6, maybe 5, maybe. I started, putting the basketball and the football in his hand. Just teach him, just show him how to throw. And now my son is 13 and my son has an arm. My son can throw, and my son, he's very well, he's very good in basketball. He's very good in basketball. Why? Because I took the time out to help teach him, to help show him how to throw. Like if he's throwing it wrong, I'll show him how to throw it the right way. If he's dribbling the basketball the wrong way, I'll show him how to dribble it the right way. Like, it's so many fathers out here who have kids, and because the fathers didn't know how to play any sports growing up, is why the kids don't know how to play any sports growing up. And that, to me, I mean, to each his own. I mean, that's other people, but some fathers, like, they didn't know how to play football, they didn't know how to play basketball, they didn't know how to ride a bike, they didn't know how to, I don't know, they didn't play manhunt growing up, like, they didn't know how to play freeze tag, and it's like, because they didn't know how to do those things, is why the kids don't know how to do those things. And if the kids do know how to do it, they might be doing it the wrong way, or they might be going by what their friend in the class is telling them. Oh, this is how you really do it, or this is how you really play it, or whatever. But fathers, like, really need to step up, because it's a war going on out here, and we are losing our kids to these streets. Like, we really are losing our kids to these streets, and it's sad. It's sad because a 15-year-old boy was murdered. 15-year-old boy was murdered. Another comment from Brown. If parents do not get involved with their children, either you pay now, and what I mean, you pay money on recreational activities and keep your children busy, or you pay later by bailing your children out of jail and sending their children commissary, which is paying later. Very much true, Brown. Very much true. Very much true. And I get it. Some of these recreational centers or these YMCAs, I get it. Some of them are expensive. Some of them be wanting like, I don't know, like $500 for a year or something like that. And with the economy that we're dealing with, some parents, like single parents, they probably can't afford to pay that kind of money a year. So what's left to do? What's the next option? They're going to just be like, look, they're going to just try to go to work or go to school and just hope their kids do the right thing by not getting in trouble. But guess what? They're doing the wrong thing, because they are getting into trouble. And that's another thing too, Brown. They need to lower these prices for these recreational centers, or these gyms, or these these facilities for kids to go to. They need to lower these prices, like make it affordable for these parents. Because some parents are really by themselves. They have no help. They have no support system. And you have some parents that have both parents. I mean, you have some kids that have both parents, and both parents' salaries are chipping in, so they can go to these facilities. But let's talk about the parents who don't have that help. Let's talk about those parents. Granted, if it's mother and father in the household with the kids, by all means, salute. That's how it's supposed to go. But you have some parents that is just done by themselves, and they have like 4 and 5 kids, and they're raising these kids by themselves. While you have the real deadbeat dads out here that's, outside chilling. outside rocking $300-$400 sneakers, $600-$700 jeans. They chilling, but their kids are suffering. It's crazy. Another comment from Brown. Yes, we are losing our children to the streets. That is the sad thing. Many recreational activities are not suitable to people's incomes. It's true. It's not. Because I remember what me and my kid's mother, when we had put our son into basketball at the YMCA, I believe they had wanted, I believe it was like two something a month, I believe, or maybe one something a month. But even that, like for, let's say for a single parent, what if they can't pull that $2 something or $100 and something out their pocket every month? Like, what if they can't do that, let alone to be paying what, $500 to $1,000 for the year? Like, it's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. And until we do something about our communities, we're gonna continue to deal with the violence. We're gonna continue to deal with people recording stuff instead of like helping and helping save a life. Another thing, while I have this on my mind, it was a rapper. He was 20 years old. He was killed in Miami. I believe his name was XXX. 20 years old. He was on social media. I believe he was on Facebook Live. And I believe he was like at a stoplight or something like that. And someone ran up to him, robbed him, and shot him in the head. Shot him right in the head. Like, because you see the next man shining or grinding and doing what they got to do, you gonna hate on that man if you see him out in traffic. If anything, go up to that man or that woman and salute them. Be like, yo, I see what you're doing. Like, that's a hot song you got out there, or that's a dope film you were in, or that's like, just say what's up. Like, you really gotta take the next man or the next woman life over because they're doing them. And next thing you know, people not going to be dealing with social media because people going to be scared to want to, do anything, because they're going to be scared to putting themselves out there on social media, because they're going to be scared that what if one day they're out with their girlfriend or they're out with their kids and somebody run up to them and instead of saying what's up to them, try to kill them. Like, social media, we are taking chances. We are, because we're putting our face out there. We're basically marketing ourselves. So people out there, they know us, but we don't know them. Because look, we're uploading stuff to YouTube. We're posting stuff on Instagram. We're posting stuff on Snapchat. Our pages are open. People are seeing us. People are seeing us before we see them. So we get on a train, and you thinking you're just a regular person, which we are just regular people. You get on the train and you got a couple guys just grilling you. They looking at you because why? You just put out a nice song. You probably didn't even get your money for the song yet, or you probably was just in a blockbuster film. Probably didn't get your money for that as of yet. But you have these people looking at you all types of way, like you owe them something, and you don't owe them shit. You don't owe them shit, because the same way you got up and you turned something small into something big is the same way they got the same 24 hours, just like you got the same 24 hours. So I don't see why they hating on the next man or the next woman because they're doing them or they're grinding. Like, I just don't see it. I really don't get it. Because if you see a man or a woman, doing what they do, if you got that much anger in you to go and kill that man or that woman or stab up that person or or harm that person in any way, shape, or form, something is wrong with you. Something is really wrong with you to want to just see this person and just harm them. Just like that. You don't know this person from a hole in the wall. You see them, they're upcoming, they're big, they're doing their thing, but you want to harm them? Something is really wrong with you. Real talk, and you need to seek help behind that. Comment from Brown. Yeah, I know the rapper you talking about, XXXTentacion. Today youth are so ignorant. They make it easy for the cops to catch them, because the first thing they do is go on social media and bragging about what they did. Everyone wants attention, and people will do anything for attention, and everybody wants people do anything. Women dance naked on the internet. Youth bragging about killing each other through social media. Many black people fit the negative stereotypes of what people think about us. We look very ignorant as a people. On social media. Brown, it's true. It is true. Everything you just said is true. Like, people just trying to make a living. They just trying to use their talents that they have to, further them to get rich, further them to be a millionaire, further them to be a billionaire. Look at the guy who started YouTube, Mark Zuckerberg. I'm quite sure he didn't think he would blow to what he is to what he is now. He probably was just, taking a test trial run, and then look what happened. Man is a billionaire now. So, yes, the youth of today, a lot of them are not thinking. A lot of them are making poor choices. A lot of them are just stupid. Sorry to put it that way, but it's the truth. Like, you have people, you have kids nowadays, they'll see someone getting jumped. Pretty much what you said, Brown. They'll see someone getting jumped, and right away, oh, Snapchat, or right away, oh, Instagram, or right away, oh, YouTube channel. Like, you're promoting that. You're condoning that. So now that person that's getting jumped, what if he gets killed? What if he takes one of those blows to the head or to the chest and he dies? Now, you uploaded that footage. Now, if the cops, catch a hold of that, they're going to be like, okay, we know this person know about it because he was recording it. So he might know, the individuals that partaked in this murder. Now, you caught up in a case, and all you was doing was just walking by and just saw something and say, oh, let me record this. Like, that one little second, like, just turned your whole life upside down, because you took your phone out recording and you uploaded it to all these social platforms, and now the person that got jumped is dead, and it's possibility you might know the people who, the perpetrators who did it, or you might not know them, but all you were doing was just recording it because you're doing what? Following what everyone else is doing nowadays. It's crazy. Comment from Monique. We live in a dog-eat-dog world out here, but people need to be more inclined to ask that person they're hating on for advice on what and how they're doing what they're doing. Put in that same energy. That's true. That's pretty much what I said. Like, that, Monique, so true. You hating on the next man or the next woman, you should go up to them and ask them, like, yo, give me some advice. How could I make it like you? Or what do I got to do to get to where you're at? Now, we're all, built different. We all have our own destiny with life. But just go up to that person and ask them. But no, you have people that feel like, oh, that's such and such. Yeah, that's that big rapper dude. Or that's that upcoming movie star. Yo, what if I kill him? You know how much hood respect I'm going to get? You doing all this for hood respect? You just took a man or a woman's life for hood respect? Like, come on, man. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. All of this for hood respect, just so you can be known as the man that, or the woman that put that work in on that girl, or put that work in on that guy. All that just so you can be glorified as that. And that's all you're being, is glorified as that. Because in the corporate world, you can't go to the corporate world and tell them like, oh yeah, I'm the guy who such and such, or I'm the girl who such and such. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. Then they're going to call security and have you escorted out. If not, they might even call the cops and have you locked up on the spot. So all that you bragging about is only for the streets. And it's only two places the streets is going to land you. And we all know it's death or it's jail. Another comment from Brown. Yes, Monique, you are correct, sister. Instead of hating, we need to learn how to pattern success instead of trying to envy the next person. We put more time and energy hurting each other opposed to learning from each other. Social media is a great tool that black people can utilize to network with each other globally, which would be Marcus Garvey dream, or go with is Africanism, which means whether black people dwell, we all unite. Pretty much you nailed it, Brown. It's true. Like, we can utilize social media. We really can utilize it, because globally we can talk to people that we probably never might meet. Like, for example, I remember when Facebook came out. I have a lot of cousins that I never met. But when Facebook came out, no, correction, let me take it a little back. When MySpace came out, I have cousins that I never met that still live back home in Guyana. I have cousins that live in, like either Texas, California. I might not meet them. I might not, ever be in the same room with them. So when MySpace came about, I found out that's my cousin. We link up and we can converse through MySpace. And then MySpace died down and then we had Facebook. So the same applied for Facebook. Like, I might not be in the same room with this cousin or this uncle or this aunt or this cousin or whatever. But because of the tool like social media, I could converse with them. I could see them posting pictures. I could see them growing. I could see them with their accomplishments that they've made. I could see them blossoming. I could see them, all of that through social media. But then you have some people that take social media as a wrong tool and messing it up. Really messing it up. It's sad, man. It's sad. And we need to save our children. We need to save our kids. We need to do better. And all these people with the money and the funding, like, they need to fund all that money and put it into these community rooms or these YMCAs, and make it affordable for these parents. Don't just put it there and open it up and say, hey, go. Like, open it up, but let it be affordable for that one single parent, that she can still, pay her bills, take care of her kids, take care of the roof over her head, and still, spend money to have her kids doing good, or, being involved in something that won't have them on the streets doing the wrong things. So it was only right I talked about this topic, because, like I said, 15-year-old boy from Bronx, New York was murdered all over mistaken identity. He lost his life, and the individuals behind it, they lost as well, because now they're behind bars. Possibly crying, possibly saying, I wish I didn't get in the car that night, possibly saying, I wish I didn't go in the store that night, possibly saying, why did I have to be involved? There's so many things I'm quite sure running through their mind, but it's too late. The damage is already done. Now y'all gotta pay the piper. It's sad. But I'm actually approaching my hour mark. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to my bro Brown for tuning in. Salute. I'm back on the show each and every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to my new follower, Monique. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you for tuning in. For those who click the button to share this episode, thank you. I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, if it's anything you guys out there, want me to talk about, want me to get on the air. Wait, I'm sorry. Another comment came in from Brown. Yes, they all saying that they all wish they did not do it. That is what happens when you hang around the wrong crowd. The people who are your company is what you become. Very true. Very true. That's why me, Brown, like, I stay dolly. I'm always dolo. Very, very rare I'll hang out. And if I do hang out, it's with a select few. I don't keep a big crowd around me. I keep my day ones. People that I really consider day ones. People that I went to elementary with. People I went to junior high with. People from young. It's no new friends in my circles. Everyone that I grew up around. Whether we rode the school bus together at the age of 6 years old. Whether, we had our first fist fight together. That's the people I keep around me. I'm not too fond of crowds. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Yes, good topic as always, fam. Indeed. Great to see you back, family. Word up. I chill to a few people as well. That's real talk. It is, man. So I keep a small circle. Small circle. And then, like I said, like all of us, we're parents. So we can't do what we were doing back when we were 15 at the ages we are doing now, because with these new age, with this new generation, they don't even think. They just pulling the trigger and keeping it moving and paying for the consequences later. So I'm living for my family. That's it. But until next week, you guys know the place to catch me. Each and every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If there's any topic you want me to talk about as well, you can shoot me an email. I check my emails periodically. My email address is actorjrichards@gmail.com. Once again, that's actorjrichards@gmail.com. And if you guys haven't done so already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Actor J Richards. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, everything is Real J Richards. So hit me up. I follow back. I converse with everyone. That's me. I'm just real with mine. But until next week, salute. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next week.